it's loading, and we're live. Very
Live.
good.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Waiting for Instagram to show.
Okay.
Yes, it is also working on Instagram. You see my hat, mate?
You don't see me wearing a hat. I've gone formal this week, you know. And I want to try something.
Should I take it off?
No, you can do what you want. I want to see if because I've look at my glasses. I'll have to either take them off or.
And your green chair.
And my green chair. Yeah, no green screen today.
No green screen.
Yeah.
You should green screen your room.
Well, that's what I normally do.
Or I should give you a snapshot of like my room.
I've told you to do that to me, but you haven't given it to me.
You did. I should just do that. That would be really funny.
Then it looks like we're in the same room and it's like we're in the studio, you know?
Yeah, I will just change the angle a little bit and.
Well, I'm trying to take my my what's it called? Polarizing filter off this lens, but it's on so tight and it's so thin that I can't grip it. Plus, I'm not strong enough.
So what will happen if people scan that QR code? I should do it myself.
Oh, we should remove it. It just goes through to YouTube.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, if you scan that QR code, you'll go through to the YouTube where you can hit subscribe, because most of our live audience comes from other means. But then throughout the week, we release. Yes, finally got it. We release shorts and shorter clips, so you can kind of catch up on all the junk we spoke about. Right, this won't work. I have to balance. I'm balancing it. Hang on. Yeah, take me some darker light.
Hello, everybody joining, especially the ones on Instagram, because I can see you joining. So, hello to all of you. We will start very soon.
I don't understand polarizing lenses. I can see that in my left eye here. If I remove that, it's there, but then you polarize it, and it's, if I rotate, it disappears there, like there.
I wouldn't worry about it. Like, look at the reflection in my lens.
That won't disappear, because I think that's just too harsh. It kills it a little bit, but it's just too harsh. So really,
what is green? Is it like, what is that reflection that I see?
The green. Oh, it's the special coating on my glasses, so that I don't die.
All right, so
we've got 13 people. Should we?
Yeah, we got people. We should start.
So yeah, what's been going on this week? You have Sam's, what should we call it? Sam's doctor's appointment room or something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm just asking like client questions, and I'm using this to get some answers. And
free consultancy. That's what you're using it for.
Yeah. So, all right. So this week I got a client, and I think this is true about most businesses. Like, what do businesses want? They want a website that attracts visitors, and they want to convert. How do they attract visitors? They want to do maybe something on social media, and other things. So the client asked me, among other things. So we will do design, development, the normal stuff. But they also said, what can we do with AI for content generation? Something that they don't have to involve in so much, something that they don't have to do much work or give much input and automate and just have some content so people read it, watch it, whatever, and then they go to their website. And also, like, what are other means of, especially in today's age, getting more visitors on their website. So for content, I told them about the quality with AI that is not, top notch. It's not there yet. It's very distinguishable and easy to see that it's AI, maybe
People don't
sometimes
like it.
even low quality. And they were like, yeah, we know, but it doesn't matter that much because having some content is better than no content. And our audience doesn't really care all that much. They are not AI savvy. And if it's AI generated, so be it. If it interests them, it interests them. So the question is, like, what are tools and ways and what are things that we can do for them? So they would be literally paying us to use AI. This is what I've been saying, by the way, for ages, that the AI itself is not taking away your job. If you refuse to use AI, your job is gone. But even the client is coming to me saying, like, willingly to pay me to use AI to do something for them. They don't want to sit and play with AI. They want us to do that for them. So now I gotta go learn. But first, picking up your brain, what do you think we should do to get some traffic on their website and all that?
Well, so just on the topic, and I know we've discussed that like something is better than nothing, right? Just to touch on the point that you do run the risk of just like destroying your reputation a little bit just by putting out shitty content. Like you ruin that sort of trust. But at the end of the day, with time, it will disappear. And that's the other thing just to bear in mind, that marketing strategies social media strategy is a long slog. And I wonder if they understand that. To build up an audience, like unless you just like very rarely does someone just explode onto the scene. They've either built up the chops in other channels and then they launch a new one and then they apply everything they learned to that new one and they're really, really good. And they're able to drag all of their previous audience over. But realistically, you start, I think you and I are still on that journey of building up a social media strategy that converts into customers. Ignoring all that, it depends how light touch you want the AI to be. Because on the one hand, you can use it to develop the strategy, right? You can use it to write the script. You can use it to generate ideas, but then you still put in the man hours to actually handcraft the video, right? But you use it to fast forward through the creation process where you don't have to do any thinking. And you're saying to them, look, all I'm doing is getting Claude to come up with a script and a plan or whatever. And that beats us handwriting it. What we've got a script in a day, whereas before it would have taken us a week, as an example. So they are getting they're benefiting like that, right?
Yeah, and they don't necessarily need video. So maybe I should have clarified. So for example, let's say posts that they can use on LinkedIn. So for a post on LinkedIn, we need the text and we need also preferably an image. It could be also a video, but it doesn't have to be like a headshot video like this. And for the post, how can we like generate these posts? They have a huge website. We made the website for them with tons of pages and products. So maybe we pull in that data and create something for them.
Yeah, like so to plug my latest video that I just released yesterday, you'll see that I use Manus, and I plug in all of my websites, all of my properties, all of my information, and say go off to all of these websites and generate a website. Whereas in your instance, you're saying go off to all of these websites, pull this together, and generate a series of posts, LinkedIn posts, this, that, and the other to release, right? So yeah, you can get an agent to go off and do that research, put it all in. What I do in that video then is that because it's done all of that research, I'm in the same feed then, and I say, well, now develop some content for my website because it's got that context. So it's just, that's the thing with AI. It's just so limitless. You can use as much or as little as you want. An interesting one is Synthesia. Have you seen Synthesia? They're the talking head. You can develop an avatar cheaper than ever now. It used to be like $3,000, and you used to have to like take your video and this and that and well-lit room, and that could be a way to then plug those scripts in, because you need a script to make some video, and pull together something like that. It's just it's a difficult question. Sorry.
The automation part
of publishing it.
Yeah. So they don't, maybe they don't want to publish something bad. They want to have some control, but they don't want to do too much. I assume they want to have a say in, what ideas, but then the AI should do the most part of the work to find the ideas, list them, create the post, everything, and set them as sort of like draft instead of like publishing. And they can like read it and be like, okay, that's fine, publish.
Yeah, I mean, that could be manual, or you can set up an automation in N8N. Let's say, for example, they've decided every Monday at 9 a.m. they want to publish content, or every whatever. Or maybe you mess that around. Maybe you just get an AI to like generate a schedule every single week, fresh every single week. And then you automate against that schedule to say, pull in from a Notion database, which has either, the main bulk of that LinkedIn post. Maybe it's destination. So maybe it says you either have LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitter, or Twitter will be, Twitter's very expensive, so you can't use API for Twitter. But point is, yeah, you could figure out some sort of crazy automated workflow based off of a database, and again, that database could be populated with content that you created through AI. So yeah, lots of if else's. If there's a, if destination equals LinkedIn, then take this content. If it has a video link, then upload the media. If it has a, do you know what I mean? Like you could automate it. I wonder how much you're actually saving, or what you're actually gaining from that, to be honest. But because you'd need to somehow put it into a Notion database anyway, and it's arguable that you're just putting effort into other areas, but
do you suggest me using Manus to start with? What does Manus do?
It's an agent. So, I mean, all of the AIs have the ability to go off to the web now, as long as you put an AI. As long as you put a URL in there, they've all got the ability to go off and do research and whatever, and create stuff. So maybe start with some of the AIs. What do you subscribe to? What AI do you actually?
OpenAI.
OpenAI. Yeah. So give it to OpenAI and see if that does anything. Didn't they release an agents thing? Didn't they have an agents thing? I don't know, but
I'm not
just
sure.
Give it to OpenAI. Say, hey, this is the company.
So we had this conversation in a different way last week. The thing that you cannot make any of these AIs to count from 1 to 1,000,000.
I thought about this because I rewatch our stuff, right? Got to boost those view counts, always give it a like. And we'll talk about Sora today. And there is a limit on the amount of time a GPU can run for. And this is getting into a big old discussion now, because the length of time who's David Shapiro. I told you about him time and time again. One of his latest videos. He's in GPT-2. I think we could get about 90 seconds worth of time that an AI can run for.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
And now we're at a point where we'll talk about it today. Sonnet 4.5 can run for 30 hours or 30 minutes. I forget which one it is. It's in our notes, so I can just look here.
Either one is kind of like crazy.
Yeah. 30 hours. Now, this is text. This is code, right? Mm-hmm. Video and audio, presumably, there is a limit that AI just can't run for that. So how you might get it to count to 1 million is say, count to 15 and then like store that context or do this or something and then count to the next 15. Count to 15 in intervals, basically, in 15, whatever, until you get to it. That some way to, like, I don't know whether it can do that. I don't know whether you can command AI to do that. But yeah, there is a limit on how long these models can run for, and it's just so that text, we've got it to 30 hours with 4.5. Audio speech is going to have its limits, so maybe it's just trying to cap those limits. Yeah, so you need to figure out a way to work around. You were talking about World War One. You were saying, well, tell me why World War One started, rather than just fucking give me a documentary on World War One. You say, tell me how it started.
So what I should do, for example, in this case, I should create maybe a sort of a table, but start with one column and be like, can you add these things? And maybe it does like 20, and then maybe I add another 20. And then once I have the list of 100, let's say, posts, then we can like add another column and then enrich 10 of them.
I think you can ask the agent to break that down even further. So why not start with topics as opposed to like write me all the posts? Then you've got that, create 20 topics for me to talk about, or 10 topics for me to talk about. And just as a pin, this is what separates an expert SEO marketing person from us who don't know the first thing about it. 20 topics. So a professional might turn around and say 20 topics is far too watered down. You just want 3 topics that you want to approach. Or your topics want to be separated into broader topics such as how-tos, listifies. Do you know what I mean? Like, an expert will be able to tell you those things, but you could get AI to figure that out for you. But an expert will be able to just touch on those nuances. But anyway, us dumbasses basically create 10 topics and now work through each of those topics and create 30 posts for each of those topics. And then and then from those 30 posts, and get it to output these to markdown files. And this is why agents are great, is because they can keep referring back to the stuff and they can work sequentially, as opposed to OpenAI, which is boom, boom, boom. Like, it's just one and then one and then one and then one. You constantly need to, work with it. So like, there'll be ways to cheat the system and again, start with the topics broad and then start narrowing and then broaden out and get it to write those docs. I think, I don't, you'll have to let us know how you get on.
I think at the end of the day, I should try and see what works.
Yeah.
I did actually, while you were talking, signed up for Manus. This is my first time using it.
Hey, did you use my referral code?
Well, I'm not a paid user, so once I get, I'll ask.
Use my referral code. I'm going to put my referral code right now in the chat so that people don't.
It's kind of funny, like, seeing how it goes through the page and it kind of struggles. It struggles quite a bit, and I did ask ChatGPT at the same time, and they are both still working. So it's been minutes. Well, let's see. Can I see when I did it? So it's been 4 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes. Both of them have been doing this. Doing what? I can't show it, unfortunately, because it's client website, but I'm basically giving the client website link and saying, give me a full list of their products. I know the list of the products, but I want to see if it can do the list of products. I don't see anything on the
QR
screen.
code, Manus,
QR code.
referral link.
Cool.
Scan it.
Everybody.
If you've got an iPhone, take a snapshot. If you've got an iPhone, take a
Yeah.
snapshot, because you can now read QR codes and do this, that, and the other from the snapshot.
So it's
'cause I do like
having
Manus.
difficulty. Well, I should see. I don't know. It shows some errors at the same time, but it's funny because it does
Leave it do its thing. Don't.
Yeah, I'm not canceling it, but I see running JavaScript document element outer HTML. So it's trying to browse it, but also run JavaScript and see the entire HTML structure and read it, which is trying to do everything. It's quite a lot. It's insane to think about it. Like, as we human, we just go through the website and just visually take it all in, and we understand what's there. But this AI is trying to get the code, look at the site, and I see it on the site that it's scrolling the page and trying to press tab and see the links, by the way. So
yeah, no, yeah. I say this in my video. It's like,
AI as well.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Anyway, I told
help?
the client about they said how can they increase traffic, and I don't know how much this is going to increase it, but this .ml, is it .ml file that you can add to your website, kind of like the sitemap? Is it? I'll check.
Robots.txt or a sitemap.xml.
Like XML, but for agents.
Oh, for agents. I don't know, actually. I haven't looked into that, to be honest.
Webflow has this, so maybe I'll find it. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
It should be under SEO, maybe. Oh, LLMs.txt. So LLMs.txt. Something that you can add to your site plan. So this is for LLMs to hit this file essentially and read the list of pages. I don't know what should be inside of that LLMs.txt.
I don't know, but I don't. Again, like, what do you? I don't think this is going to increase, say, traffic, right? They want people to go to their website, right? They don't want LLMs to.
Well, you kind of want to, because people are asking LLMs, and if LLM can read your website, like if you,
they're not going to get that traffic though.
So if you ask in Farsi, eventually, yes, it is traffic. It's a brand awareness. Like, if you ask in Farsi, what is the best source to learn Webflow, my name comes up, which is great, Probably in English somewhere down below will come up as well. But this is like how people interact with the web, with internet, essentially. And you got to place yourself where people are. Like, we are doing this with this. We are live streaming not to Twitch, because like our audience is not on Twitch. We are live streaming to Instagram and YouTube and Twitter, because they are there. And I think it's essentially the same thing. You want to put yourself where your leads are, or prospects. Anyway, quite a long topic.
Does that kind of help? I mean, I can send you a video where someone uses one tool to, like, create video, to script the video, then to generate video and add voiceover, and it works through all of these different tools. It's impressive, but I don't think I can't speak to it making a meaningful difference. All I can help you do is speed up your workflow or lift you up where your skill set doesn't immediately allow, such as script writing, such as strategy, such as, or even, that's all I'm helping.
I should try it. I should try it and maybe even report back.
Make a video on it.
Yeah, that would be actually I think that's a great idea because the client is willing to pay me to use AI. I mean, I'm doing the same with my. I'm telling my team to use AI, because if it can speed up, why not? Anyway, speaking of my team, I see you guys in the chat. Hello.
Right. Should we get started with the
Yeah.
meat and potatoes of it?
Yeah.
We've got a lot to get through.
Yes. All right. So, guys, here comes the. We have a comment. So anyway, that's okay. Here comes the intro for this week. We have like some really cool news to talk about. So this week, a self-driving car tried to run away from the police. OpenAI released an impressive video model that opens the gateway to the hell prompting like brain rot videos. And we are going to talk about 11,000 jobs being lost to AI. All of this and more in today's episode. This is Command AI. I'm Kawarza.
And I'm Sam Gregory. And this is This Week in AI Design and Dev.
Cool. Smooth. Okay, so these are things that we are going to talk about. And this, for the start, you want to start? Or
well, we've hit a snag already. Comet's asking me to restart, which is wonderful. What happens if I can disappear for a second, can't I? This ain't gonna.
Yeah.
Let's see what. I'm here. Okay, right. Let's restart. I'm gonna. My worry is about what it's recorded to my local drive at the moment, and it's gonna friggin'. Let me think. Maybe we just abandon.
Why do you need to restart? Can you just
share my screen?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave. See what happens with my file upload. Do some like juggling or something. Entertain the crowd.
Yes.
And I'll see what I can come up with. All right. Speak to you in a sec.
So, pick a card.
Yeah.
Well, I'm practicing, guys. I'm practicing some card tricks. I know some card tricks, but I've never done any card trick for the camera, so I don't know. Let's not talk about card tricks, even though I could do it. I mean, it's kind of it would be cheating in a way because I could see it, but anyway. So let's talk about Manus. I used it to. I gave it my client's website to look at the product list and just return a list of products that they have, and it's not it. It's quite wrong in places. It's not complete. I can't show it yet, but it's quite bad. Like if I would take a screenshot of the footer and all the links that there are in the footer and would give it to any AI, it could just look at the list of the products and be like, oh, these are the products and services that they offer. But yeah, anyway.
What was the question?
Manus failed at making the list.
Do you know, I've never had it fail.
But it didn't. It's not a clean, complete list. It's not complete. That's my issue.
I've never had it fail on me. It's
just failing. It finished. It went through, but the list is not complete. And I'm surprised because it took like 12 minutes to look at the one page where you see clearly all of the products in the footer. But yeah, it is where it is. I should be smart about using it because it's not.
Yeah, you did it whilst we're on the call, so I'd be interested to know what your prompt looks like whilst we're.
It was very simple. I did the same with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT failed the same way, pretty much. I asked ChatGPT and Manus, go to this site and give me a list of all their products with the page URLs.
Anyway, let's continue. Let's go. Right. So this was wild to me. It's Waymo, which is it's a driverless car.
So maybe we should try with the intro. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. A driverless Waymo car made an illegal U-turn to avoid the police, which was there to control drivers for consumption of alcohol or drugs.
Yeah.
So basically, it was pulled over by police in San Bruno, which I think is San Francisco. I think the Waymo cars only exist in San Francisco, which made it an illegal U-turn. Now, it's suspected, it's not, we can't find this out, but it's suspected that there was a DUI checkpoint, which is where police just stop and just check that you're not high or drunk. That it picked it up on the GPS or something like that, and it just made a U-turn to kind of avoid it. But that's all speculation at this point. The issue is
driverless car.
Exactly right. So the issue is that when they eventually caught up, because they saw it making this U-turn, they caught up with a car. There's no one to find to it was just I don't know whether the car was empty. Actually, it might have been empty. I'm not too sure. But the point is, the driver's seat was empty. No person made that U-turn. So they've got no one to find. And it sort of revealed this loophole in the law, a regulatory loophole that prevents officers from actually citing a driverless car for traffic violations, which is bonkers. And it's, we're in this instance, we're talking about just an illegal U-turn, but in instances where it's murdered someone, let's say, or if it's hurt someone, who are we to blame? This is just the bottom of the or top of iceberg. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to these problems that might encounter with these AI powered cars.
That's
so pretty wild. And yeah, like I say, leaves this grey area, leaving officers powerless because they just can't do anything. You just got to let it do its thing. I wonder how they stopped it.
I think they have these driverless cars have protocols when they see police to stop or to know and stop. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know how did they. But as you said, it might be because if the AI is trained on human and human try to kind of avoid police if they see them, maybe the AI just kind of learns this by default to try to avoid police if they can. Even
the popos take cover.
Yeah. Slow down when you see the police. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, but quite funny either way. Something that's not quite as funny is I read on the news that Accenture have killed more than 11,000 jobs worldwide over the last 3 months due to AI, obviously, which leaves us wondering who's next.
So this company is firing 11,000 people because of AI.
Because of AI.
Yeah.
That she said something quite crazy here. We are exiting people on a compressed timeline where reskilling based on our experience is not a viable path for the skills that we need. Where is the other one? She specifically says something to do with AI, which I'm not too sure where it is, but I think it's basically if you can't upskill on AI, if you can't bring AI in, and this is the thing, it's not necessarily about replacing, because I mean, you were talking about other companies who are trying to literally replace people with AI. I don't necessarily, I mean, technically they are because they've got rid of people because of AI, but ultimately the people who are left are expected to deliver in accompaniment with AI,
Yeah. A longer discussion around this, I believe, was very well covered in that video. If you bring it up, it's in the docs, this video from Cold Fusion, and I highly recommend everybody to watch this video and also subscribe to Cold Fusion. It's one of the best YouTube channels out there. And he talks about, as you said, these are some other instances of other companies trying to replace human with AI, and they failed. Klarna was one of them. With Klarna, they tried to do customer support with AI, and it was so bad that they had to issue an apology and like completely roll back. Taco Bell and McDonald's did also try apparently with um, like drive-throughs and things like this, where some people apparently like uh, they went there to buy something, and by accident they bought like 1,000 or like 100,000 other types of, like, I don't know, finger food or whatever. It was added to their to their bill automatically. So that
Mm,
was a really bad fail. In this case, I agree. It doesn't say that say it in this way, that it's replacement in this way, but it's nonetheless with AI. It's important
mm,
to also mention this company, they have like close to 800,000 staff. It's a lot of people working there. And 11,000 is, yes, it's a lot, but it's not, a big portion of the company. And restructures used to happen before AI as well. But with AI, it's a bit more aggressive, and it's AI related, obviously.
mm,
But it might be also like a restructure due to AI, but not to replace people with AI. We don't know, but that's what I would also think it might be.
mm,
We might need to restructure the company so they can rehire potentially in the future for people who can use AI, people who
sure.
can leverage it, and have the higher output. I've said this in the past. Uh, if you're a company, your objective is to make money, right? That's the first objective. One way you make money is by spending less money. How do you
Mm,
spend less money? By firing people. But if you fire people, you are not really making money. So you
mhm,
fire people who don't make you money. But if you can hire people who can leverage AI or any other thing, it doesn't matter, anything. If you can hire these people to leverage something to make you more money, you will do so. It's in your best interest. So
yeah.
I don't think it's that the AI is replacing in a way. It is saving them some money. But if you give two options to a company, which one do you think they choose? You give them the option to save some money by firing
Mhm,
people, or you give them the option to make more money, like significantly more money, by even hiring more people, having like more costs potentially. They will choose the second, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a really good point. And just to sort of smugly look at those who are full time and career jobs and full time jobs used to be about security, and this is clear as day how just a bit of a kick in the face. So your job is never secure. The moment they find an excuse to get rid of you, they will. That aside, really good point about the fact that restructures always happen, and we are still figuring out AI. And the best thing we can do to figure out the AI is to commit to it and see how it goes. They may likely hire 20,000 back in
yeah,
this ongoing restructural thing as we learn about AI. Like, which I don't know what it is about the human psyche, but we always just we know everything. We know everything's got nuance. We know everything has context. That once you start to understand the context, you begin to like see through it. But for whatever reason, you look at this and you think it's finite. You think it's done. 11,000 jobs gone. You
yeah,
know, bit more optimism, I guess, and that yeah, 11,000 jobs may have gone, and it's probably going to be a very tough time to those families, obviously, but it's not it's not for certain.
yeah,
It's not indefinite. You know,
yeah. And
no,
touch on
definite.
what you, yeah, I agree. Touch on what you said regarding careers. Like, even without AI and before AI, what were you optimizing for? You would go to university or learn something and become valuable. You would
Hmm.
quite literally be valuable for a company because you would make them money by having a specific type of skill. Um, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing, but it's with AI. So now you have to know that skill, which is AI, to be still valuable and relevant. And it is harsher than before. The curve is much sharper. The curve, like the turning curve, the way that I imagine it, is much sharper. And you have to kind of like learn a lot of new stuff. But just as we had this early conversation in today's call, that I said, "Oh, this client wants to pay me to use AI," but I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know like exactly. I've heard you can do content and you this and that, and now I'm in the position where I see, okay, there is money to be made using this specific skill that I still don't have, but what I have is, you know, interest and curiosity. So I'm asking you, and I will next ask ChatGPT and go on YouTube and see how I can make content. And I will do probably like one test content for them and be like, would you like to have more of this? Should I build an automation around it? And there I have a new job in a sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and also you can tell them that this is our first stab, and over
Yeah.
time we'll get better, we'll refine it, we'll get data on statistics we get back. So there's a million and one ways why this might be the worst, most likely will be the worst bit of content that you ever produce. So you're going to get better. You're going to realize, oh, if I add this to my prompt, then it 10x is the quality of the script, you know? So yeah, you've basically just been hired as a media prompt engineer, which I know a lot of people hate that word, or that terminology. But yeah, we can talk about this for friggin' ages. So should we move on? I think
Yes.
we talk about this quite a lot, and it's so important. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, I think we're definitely we're in a transitional period on all levels, and nothing is for certain. We're just a new world is ahead of us, which is
Yeah.
scary, but it doesn't have to be. You know, look how we've come so far, guys. We've come so far with many shakeups. So, right, something more optimistic is Cursor brings free AI course that you should watch. This course covers coding fundamentals from beginners in a YouTube playlist. I'll just share my screen with you now, which I thought was just really nice. Like, I was keen on watching. You've got introduction here, obviously, how AI models work. I was keen on watching the hallucinations one, tokens and pricing, context. So it's definitely geared more towards, you know, coders and things like that. But I think everyone can learn something from this, and it's really nice. These are like roughly 5 minutes each. These videos, just something to get your teeth into. I thought this was
Yeah.
quite cool. They
I'm
just
looking
released them
for,
all in one.
yeah. I'm looking forward to watching them. I will probably tweet about, you know, what I think about them.
Hey, you'd be done in an hour. Watch
Yeah.
it on 2x speed. You're done in half an hour. You know.
They're like 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're like 5 minutes, and I think that and what I will say is, like, I'm such a nerd for fundamental stuff. Like, even HTML fundamental. Like, I literally can I can reel off what a HTML tag does. Like, it's just there in my brain, just because I've watched fundamental stuff over and over again. Just because I'm a nerd for it. The amount of little tricks and things I learn from courses like this, where you learn the fundamentals, you think, right, well, okay, let's, for example, a little quick lesson on AIs here. AI is inherently stateless. So everything you send it, a brand new chat, it's just one. It's not, nothing. If you ask a follow-up question, it's sending the whole conversation again. It doesn't remember what you've been talking about. You have to send it the whole conversation again. And that just fundamentally changes your approach to AI, and you know, whether it's building features, whether it's just how you talk to AI and things like this. Like, understanding the fundamentals, I think, really give you the most amount of, this is obviously unbiased, obviously, the most amount of flexibility and most amount of power to use something. Because if you're just learning how one person, you know, does a clever thing, you're never learning, you're never able to completely freestyle and be what's the word I'm looking for? Independent, creative with that subject matter, because you're always taking an abstracted layer, which is kind of goes back to my whole YouTube channel and Webflow and Code, because I fundamentally not want to take the power away from Webflow, but so much magic happens in Webflow, and it's like, whoa, it does this thing, and it's like, I remember when I first opened up a Webflow, I'm like, oh, it's just a GUI for writing HTML. Like, it doesn't add much. So yeah, understanding fundamentals gets a win in my books.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
No, I'm just going to watch it. It's super short. So
yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
So
we should link it, by the way, in the video description. So in the
absolutely,
YouTube description.
Yeah, YouTube description. Right. So head on over to YouTube. Where are we now? Media assets. There you go. Head on over to YouTube. Over there. Come on over.
For me,
come on over where the water's warm. It's all toasty over here. It's getting winter time now.
Yeah. Before we move on, somebody in the comments, Mehdi, I believe, he mentioned that show.
Mentioned what? Sorry?
That show that you have not seen yet.
that show is banned on this show.
The S word.
We'll if you say it, I'm going to bleep it out.
Even our audience know. Yeah, it's so good.
How many seasons is it?
I think it's like 5 or 6, and there are like pieces of it that is like universally kind of like known as like kind of memes and jokes. So if I even say it, it's not truly spoiling it. So there is this part where they have an AI and they put the AI in charge of the code, and they ask AI to, we talked about this in one of the episodes, they ask the AI to solve the bugs, and the pieces of the entire product starts to disappear because the AI starts deleting the code because that is solving the bug. But it's quite funny, and the show is crazy accurate. The accuracy of the show is insane.
You have to. This stuff would have happened. They're not telling the future. This stuff would have happened. But
they
can't write it. You can't.
Yeah, but they captured. Everything from Elon Musk to Bill Gates to Microsoft and some altman is sort of in the show, and the characters are so well written that you see the resemblance of what is really happening today in the real world in the show, and it's good because it's funny. Like, they made it to be funny and accurate and relevant after a decade or 2 years.
Bill Gates has written a book that I would like to read, and something makes me very uneasy about Bill Gates, but basically he's written a book about the future and what he thinks the future. And so much of that book, I think, has come true. And he's written about AI, and he's written about a bunch of things that I forgot what it's called. I think it's got some weird name to the book, but I definitely want to, might get that an audiobook and listen to it while I fall asleep. Anyway, let's, nice little announcement. I'm not sure how many vibe coders we have in the audience. I certainly am a vibe coder, but I sort of know my way around it. So Lovable, which by far and away, you said it yourself, Basel, like they have the best friggin' branding. But they may have just took the lead on vibe coding apps by introducing authentication, database storage, as well as an easy way to implement AI features, so like AI chatbots and things. They call it Lovable Cloud and AI, so it's quite confusing. They even self-deprecated themselves on the live stream about the naming of this. But ultimately, well, here's the thing. I'm a big fan of Replit. And the reason why I like Replit is that all of these other coding platforms relied on Superbase for your databases and your authentication and all of the other stuff. And all they really did was take your input, throw it to the AI, and take the output. That's why you've got so many vibe code apps, because it is just it was literally the lowest hanging fruit out there,
Mhm.
right? Replit were one of the only tools that actually had some sort of, I call it IP, some sort of thing, because they gave you the database. Yes, it relied on Neon, which is a Postgres database, but they integrated really well. First party, it was done in the code. It wasn't like I'll add Neon database. No. They included it in the prompt. So this is where Lovable Cloud kind of does that thing, replaces that. So you've got data, you've got your files, object storage, things like that, users, so authentication and stuff like this. So really they're on par. Well, I say they're on par. Feature-wise, they're on par with Replit now. I still think Replit is ahead. They've been doing this for so long now, but it's just good to see that Lovable is really there. And there's no denying they have a good, clean interface. I do like their interface. It's definitely a favorite for designers. Their marketing is great. It's a very approachable brand. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, it's just a little promo
Yeah, I
video.
wanted us to watch this video because I saw the video. It looked like the video has a lot of views, so I was like, let's watch it together. I don't have sound though.
Well, yeah, we don't have sound. That's the only problem. But I'm guessing
watch
here
it?
is. Sorry,
Should we watch it?
we are, but we don't have sound.
Okay.
That's the only problem.
Then we should. Yeah.
But I'm guessing he's given this to a 10-year-old, and even
Yeah.
a 10-year-old can build an app. So I think that's the
What do they
overall
build?
nature. Sorry.
I would like to still see like what they build. I'll watch the video later.
So Lovable doesn't look like this. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's building like a learning app, which is a really nice way to promote these tools, because I think kids, and Replit did this actually. Replit spoke a lot about children using it to build apps to help them learn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like that's what they're doing here. So publish. So yeah, it's very, very welcome. The AI aspect is a little bit confusing, as they said on the live stream last night, because this was launched last night. It's basically a shortcut way to add AI features into your app. So maybe they've got something around here. And they're doing a Lovable challenge. So get in on that. And I think there's some cash prizes and stuff like this. So get on their challenge.
What I find interesting, that nowhere on the Lovable website is there a tag or something that shows that their own website was created with Lovable. Do we know that if it's created with Lovable? Maybe they show it in the page source.
Analytics. It looks pretty. No, it's a Next.js website, which could have still been created. To be fair, it still could have been created.
It's on Netlify, by the way.
Yeah. Well, everyone's off Netlify. We'll get into that. Everyone's on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll get
Vercel now.
Can you like open, now that we are on this topic? It's kind of a small tangent, but open like webflow.com, please. And just right click and go not to the page, like not inspect, but to the view page source. You see that HTML comment, the Webflow logo.
Yeah.
It's kind of like nerdy way of like old way of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the Lovable website is pretty nice. It's very minimal, nothing crazy going on, and they are a tool for creating websites, but I don't see many like amazing websites created with it. And by the way, this is a piece of content that I will make. So this is on my list to make a video, for which I have to do kind of like a lot of research to find the best websites made with AI.
Well, check my video out, see if I make the list. Do remember these tools? Yes, you can build a website with them. Like, there's nothing stopping you, but I would strongly recommend against building a website with Lovable. These are good for apps. These are good for your applications, which don't need any sort of SEO optimizations, or because they're slow. Like Replit apps are pretty slow. to be honest. And Lovable apps are going to do the same, like, because there's just so much in there. So, you mentioned that this website isn't necessarily built in Lovable. Yeah, good. It's not meant to, it shouldn't be built in Lovable. But I would say, is just to round off what we were saying, the pricing of them as well is here. So it's not free. I think you get basically $25 of cloud usage. What that means, I don't know. Whether it's storage, bandwidth, database, maybe obviously in totality, but this could be only a few files according to their pricing. So this doesn't really mean much. And then £1 of AI usage. Sorry, $1 of AI usage. Like, that's like nothing. So yeah, pricing is pretty unclear, but it is in addition to your normal $25 per month minimum kind of subscription.
Yeah. So it's separate from the main Lovable.
It's separate billing, which again, we're kind of coming back around. Like, so much stuff was being giving out for free, but AI has really flipped the script a little bit. It's like, stuff can't be free anymore. It's unsustainable.
It's so expensive.
Yeah. Speaking of expensive, Sonnet 4.5.
Yeah. Is it good?
Our next one. Anthropic unleashes Claude Sonnet 4.5 with 30-hour coding sessions, $3 pricing, $15 pricing, and their most aligned model yet. So I have been using it. I haven't been massively impressed. However, AIs have personalities. We have personalities. We have off days, on days, all the rest of it. I'm persistent, but to say that I have cancelled my Claude Code subscription as of next month, and we'll get into why in just a second. But this is still an amazing, exciting release, to be fair. It came with a whole plethora of like tools and things like that. So basically, just to summarize Sonnet 4.5, it is now better and recommended over Opus, which was the leading frontier model, 4.1. It's kind of better than both. And in fact, let's just quickly show you the... So yeah, we're up here. Opus 4.1. It's 79.4.
Marginally better.
So it's funny. Sonnet was the best and Opus was down here. Then Opus took the lead and now Sonnet's taken the lead. I wonder if they have different teams working on this. I don't know what goes through Anthropic's brain. But the point is they're all $3 in, $15 out, which is just, yeah, you would think that they would give you the older models for cheaper, but they don't. Anyway, so yeah, bigger context awareness, memory management as well, and ability to maintain focus for up to 30 hours, which is incredible. They've also released the Claude Agent SDK, so you can build your own agents, which is really cool. I've forgotten where that Claude Agent SDK here. Yeah, building your own agents is amazing. That can integrate obviously with Claude Code. There's a beautiful new VS Code extension. I can't really show you. Maybe it's in the article. We can show you that. No, they don't show it, but it's really nice. Instead of using it in the terminal, it's just a window inside of Cursor or VS Code or whatever, which is really cool, really nice. And Imagine with Claude as well, which to be honest, I haven't taken a look at. Where's Imagine? Let's just search for it here. So lots to get excited about with Claude Code. And the Claude extension, which adds AI to Chrome.
That is still coming?
It's still coming. They've released it. I've got it. I've installed it, but it's only to Max users. And they're the only, and we mentioned this last week, they're the only provider to really be being very careful about AI agents working in the browser.
Mm-hmm.
Prompt injection, I think they call it, or
Yeah.
something like that. So, but yeah, just a big release
It
from
will
them.
be wild. It will be wild with the crazy things people will come up with to hack each other.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. It might not, but you
I
just
don't know,
got
man.
to be careful here. But they're saying also it's their most aligned model yet as well, which is good. Good to be aligned. Good to be aligned with humanity's best interest. But yeah, looking at this graph here, it just kills everything, on
Yeah,
paper.
but
On paper.
it's marginally better, and this is what gets me. I don't know. Like it's like these AI companies and models, they are getting better every week. Every week we have a new winner that is a little bit better than the other. But looking at what has happened in the past 1.5 years, not much has changed. We have bigger context, we have better models, but yeah, we still, if you are a developer, you can use AI much better than a non-developer.
Mm,
And as a non-developer, you can now build more like better MVPs, but they are still not MVPs, like prototypes, maybe like early MVPs.
mm. Because here's the thing, like this might be part of Anthropic's strategy on why they don't lower the price of Haiku and
Mhm.
Sonnet 3.5 and 3.7 is because they know that you'll use them and they're just as good. They're probably not actually that much. The latest and greatest are not that much better. But when you're presented with a choice of models and they're all the same price, it's like, well, surely I'll just use the latest. If I'm paying the same, if I'm paying that much, I might as well use the latest. Because sometimes I use Warp, which is a
Yeah.
terminal, and you can choose the model there, and it does coding and stuff like that. I've sent it coding tasks on like I won't have noticed the model that I've chosen, and then see that it's like their basic unlimited free model, and I'm like, oh, did the job. Like I didn't have to choose GPT-5 thinking or whatever. It did the job, So I think, it's definitely worth definitely worth playing around with what's out there and not necessarily paying over the moon, because everyone's just going to have the different ways of working. Maybe the apps that you're building aren't hardcore and you just don't need this, that, or the other. So, because saying that, I mentioned I cancelled my subscription to Claude Code because I want to commit to GLM 4.6. Now, this is an open source coding model, which, it beats out 4.5, which is, where am I looking at? This one here.
Yep.
In a lot of them. It's not on the Swede bench verified there, so, and the terminal bench, but and this is just nothing compared to the pricing now. Is nothing compared to Claude. And I want to commit to doing it. And I have seen the reviews and I have seen people use it. It doesn't quite produce like the best or whatever. But the problem with a lot of these influencers and things like that is they're looking for the one shot, because they know that your attention is going to be lost if you say, look, you've got to work at it. Because surprise, surprise, guys, you have to work at success. It doesn't just happen, right? You've got to work at a code base. You've got to give it follow-up prompts. You've got to break it down into smaller chunks. You can't just one shot an entire website with just one prompt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the price on this, I'm just trying to look for it here. Well, actually, let's go through the features. It's got a longer context window jumping up to 200K, which context size I think is a good parameter to kind of, make sure you're being efficient with your prompting and your tasks that you're giving it. Good coding performance. And you can actually trick Claude Code into using this, by the way, because they use the same API as Anthropic, but I'm using it in Kilo Code. Reasoning, more capable agents, and refined better aligns with human preferences. So I think that's, oh no, that's actually so it can write and do your things. So you might consider this for your script writing of your marketing tasks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I
Yeah.
can't see the API price. Do you know where I can see the API pricing in OpenRouter? But I want to show you also that their subscription fee is very tempting. So I want to do API pricing first, just to see if, you know, I want to give it 50 cents in, $1.75 out, down from 3 to 15, you know. So you might find that this model, it works for you.
Yeah.
Go back to
Really
back.
cheap.
Really cheap.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff is Z.AI pricing. See if this is the right website. No, it's not. Where's their pricing?
What is this tool?
This is the company who make GLM. GLM ZAI pricing. Let's see if Google will come to the rescue here. Here we go. Oh no, that's the API. They have a subscription which basically starts at, here we go, subscribe, coding plan. This is quarterly, so look at monthly, $3 a month. You know, down from 100. I don't think this is more comparable to the $20 a month, but this is more compared to the $100 a month. So it's $15 per month. But if you go, you know, quarterly or even yearly, this works out about $30 per month to get the absolute max from this model. But I'm going to try it in the API pricing inside a Kilo code first, see how I get on with it, and I might just get on fine with it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you changing models a lot?
Well, now that Sonnet 4.5 is kind of the all-in-one, I used to swap between Opus and Sonnet. I've set Cursor to be GPT-5. When it's kind of struggling, I do to change the model and just say, like, can you sort this out and see if it figures it out. So yeah, not a tremendous amount. Perplexity, I just kind of use the default, to be honest. So I've sort of found my rhythm a little bit.
I just basically use ChatGPT for almost everything. And when I'm inside of like Cursor, which I spend quite a good amount of time in Cursor, I use auto mode. But when I get stuck, then I try to see how different models compare.
Well, you got $20 a month. You might as well use it, because unlimited auto is unlimited. You get free.
I have two Cursor subscriptions. One for myself and one for my developer.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah.
But I'm not on a team plan. Maybe I should change. Well, I don't know. Maybe
I'm not sure of the pricing stuff, but you might just give him an OpenRouter API key and put it through OpenRouter. That might end up being cheaper than just paying a flat subscription.
Well, one of the subscriptions I used to be paying. Actually, no, I paid it yearly because somebody asked me to build them something, and I used the money to pay for the subscription for the whole year. And then that deal came up, and we bought basically every AI tool for the price of one. So that's why I have
you might consider, because in Cursor you can give it an API key to OpenRouter.
I didn't know that.
And then you can select any model, and that just might end up being cheap. I don't know how often they're developing. I don't know how heavy they are, but maybe you cancel their subscription for 1 month, trial OpenRouter, and say, just stick this API key in. Then you can manage their usage. Then you could put a cap of $20, right?
Yes.
And see if they come close to it. If they're like coming in at $5, then it's like, cool, use OpenRouter.
I didn't know, but I could do it that way. But that is probably smart to do it for next year. Yeah.
Why have you bought them a year's one then? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I love I love trying new tools. I love seeing what it can do for me and stuff like that. As I say, 4.5, I had a rough first day. 4.5, just nothing was getting done. There's no surprise that today wasn't a great day for me either, and I did try a few other models. So again, it's probably just tiredness, whatever it is. So I'm not going to outwardly say 4.5 is bad and people have had success with it. I just implore people to make up their own mind on some of this stuff as opposed to just listening to dumbass influencers like me. Should we move on?
Yeah.
We're going to warn you guys now. This is not a political discussion. This is not a political podcast.
Yeah.
This is just an interesting observation on the tech industry at the moment.
Well, this is something that happened. Yeah. And it got super viral on Twitter.
So I don't know how Guy, I think you shorten that to Guy. CEO of Vercel was here photographing himself with the Prime Minister of Israel.
Yes.
And you might be pro-Israel, you might be pro-Palestine. That's not the point here. But the onslaught, the exodus of Vercel from this tweet was wild. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Look at Danny. If you scroll up a little bit, you see,
this one.
Yeah. So he's replying saying, "Not the flex that you think it is."
How can you be? Sorry, this is company owner to company owner here. How could you not know? I don't know, because the CEO of
I'm sure he knew that it is. Yeah, this is going to be controversial. I'm like, you cannot tell me otherwise. He knew that. But why did he do it? You see there, Linus. We have. He's also kind of like I follow him. He's like, yeah. So people are not happy. So basically, here's what happened. CEO of Vercel takes a picture with Netanyahu, and people are not happy with it. So what do they start doing? They start canceling Vercel subscriptions. And Vercel is known for being quite expensive, by the way. Like when you get in, it can get really expensive. But anyway, people are canceling subscription, and I'm sure he saw that coming. You cannot do this and not see it coming.
Yeah.
We don't know how many people are unsubscribing. Yeah,
it's one thing to say that you are, another thing to be like, well, Vercel is a very, very simple platform, which is why it got so popular. But a lot of people are moving on to Replit, though. Here's the thing, for some reason, Replit. I think it's because, to be honest, Amjad is very vocal about his political views and he's very pro-Palestine, I think. And so,
yes,
where one is there, the other's there. And so a lot of people, and he's making tweets on how to move next year's projects onto Replit and making it easier for those people. So he's definitely fighting the Palestine corner here. But yeah, you were saying you don't know how many people are moving off Vercel.
Yeah, we don't know.
But it's interesting because
I saw somebody saying like hundreds of thousands of users moving away. No way. That's not even close. I don't think it is, but people are, and I don't think like there are enough people who would like move to Vercel because of this photo. I think the net is quite negative for him. I don't know why he did it. I don't know. Like, why would you do this as a company owner if you try to? I don't know. Like, it's kind of like mixing your company with politics. Especially this one is very sensitive at this time, and it's not just customers moving away. I bet there are some resignations happening as well. People might not continue working in the company, and people might not want to join the company. And this is something you don't want to do, especially like we know of Microsoft, for example. They had deals with the the US military, right?
Hmm.
That caused some people not wanting to work there. Or, with Facebook, with everything that Facebook Meta does, some people might not want to work there. But when you look at SpaceX, if you are a top engineer, and I know Elon Musk, he also became very polarizing recently, well, in the past year or so. But regardless of Elon Musk, if you look at what SpaceX is doing and what, you could be working at SpaceX, or I don't know, like in a finance company as an engineer, you'd probably choose SpaceX because of the cool things that they are doing and the cool brand that they are doing. So my point being, the branding of the company really matters for the people who will support it, including people who want to work at your company. And this is a net negative for Vercel, I believe.
I mean, it's funny you mention Elon Musk, because I know he's not quite tech, but he is tech. Like, and his chumminess with Donald Trump, right? And again, love or loathe Donald Trump, doesn't matter. Point is, when did tech merge or get so political? Or obviously, a lot of people are going to have their own thoughts and feelings on this, but I think of artists, I think of musicians and things like that, where you take John Lennon, or Paul McCartney being wife beaters and things like they've been horrendous people. Maybe not so much now because John Lennon is dead, but you separate the artist from the person in some ways. I don't know. I guess I'm just saying it's interesting how Guy felt the need to merge his political beliefs with his work. It's messy because you could get into social media, revealing too much about people's lives. You could get into, I don't know, there's just so many avenues you can go down. But long story short is that it's left him in a bit of a mess. And I wonder if he's there thinking, was it worth it? Because people feel very passionate about their political beliefs. So maybe he's like, you know what? I don't want these people on my platform if they're anti-Israel or whatever it is. Because there's something to do with Argentina there as well, I think. He had an Argentina flag just at the top there. I think that's Argentina, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know what's up. I don't know.
Either way, I mean, yeah, I'm not too well versed on this sort of stuff, but yeah. What can you do? What can you say?
We have Chris here. He's saying like the autocorrect is bad. I think he means on his phone. It's funny, because it's an AI show. It's everything AI, and we are talking about AI taking over the world, and the autocorrect still doesn't work properly. But yeah, hey Chris. So anyway, yeah, people
finish off. Should we finish this bad boy off with?
You should let us know what you think in the comments below. I'm like genuinely
no
interested.
politics. No politics.
No, like
we don't need to know what side you support.
No, not that. Like if it's fine for a company to do this is like what I'm interested in, not what side you are in. On that's a different discussion. But yeah, I don't get it why a company CEO would do that.
Let's talk Sora.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. This gives me nightmares. And I was fixed on this video for far too long, and I don't really understand why. We haven't really written an intro for this, but
yeah.
I mean, first of all, let's look at the tech here. Like, that looks spot on. There's a little bit of compression, but that looks very much like Sam Altman.
So this is Sam Altman, and this is how do you say this in English? This is like this is what he made essentially. He didn't make this video, but
Theo made this.
Yeah, but he this is like his product. His Sora did this essentially.
Right. Yeah. Sora's the video model that's generated this
so
video.
This is Sam Altman and the CEO of OpenAI, and this video is made by Theo. It's quite funny.
I wish we could. Well, I don't wish, because it just, I don't know, it does something to my brain. It's brain rot, right? It's brain rot.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about two things here. We're making it very confusing. Sora 2, sorry, is the new video model from OpenAI, and it's very impressive. The sort of stuff. Have you got any examples of anything decent in here in these links?
Try the second one.
No, I'm not. No, I want to show the model. The model was very, very good. I mean, you can kind of see
show
it
the
here.
first one. Show the first one.
Yeah.
It's also Theo, but this is pretty good. No, the first.
Here we go.
Yeah, that too. This is their own examples. I don't like the eyes. The eyes look so dead in some of the videos, but whatever.
I mean, this is Sora. This is all Sora, and yeah, this is just incredible. I don't know. There's been a few video models. We don't really follow video models too much on this channel, but like there've been a few interesting ones that have come up recently. But this
is good. The latest. You see like crazy camera movements, and the characters stay consistent. The scenes change. By the way, sound, we cannot show it over the video, but there is sound in the videos, and it's very, very, very impressive what you can do with it.
Yeah. And then saying that alongside the release of Sora 2, as if these videos, these very impressive videos wasn't enough, they've also released the Sora app, which I can't download, you can't download, but it's a TikTok-like experience for Sora created content. Sora created brain rot content, and which is why you saw this horrendous video.
So all of this comes with this app, and inside of this app, you essentially have only AI created videos. So it's not like, on Instagram where you second guess if it's AI or not. On this app, it's only AI. And what you can do, you can allow your friends to use your face to make a video. And so you allow people to do that, and you use them. Yeah, you make a video with their face and make something funny, and people take it and share it on other social media. And there are also CCTV videos, like, the style of CCTVs. That one of them went viral. Let me see if I can actually find it.
While you find that, like, just to be clear about this as well, the process of allowing yourself to be used, your likeness and whatever, it's a simple, you read 3 words and you just move your face, and from that information, maybe everyone knows what Theo looks like. That looks very, very, that looks spot on, and this very much looks like Sam Altman.
Yeah.
All from nothing.
A few seconds. Yeah. So if you open the last link that I added, this is where it gets scary, because even this toilet thing is not as scary as the next.
I suppose it lends itself, because of the quality of CCTV, I suppose it lends itself to this.
Well, it's still kind of, you see,
so that's Sam Altman stealing something, isn't it?
Yeah, Sam Altman is stealing a graphics card, because the joke is that they need.
I mean, the fact that the graphic card just floats into his hand is a bit of a
of course. It is easy for us to watch this and be like, oh, that's AI.
Yeah.
But not
most people are just flicking, right?
Yeah, like imagine you take your friends' pictures or whatever, and you use it to frame them to do something funny, but it, I don't know, cause some trouble.
Because where's the Sora logo? That's the thing. Because what he's done, he's generated this video, he's playing it on a TV, and he's filming the video.
Yeah, there's a Sora logo, but there are AI tools that you can use to remove.
I see something here. So I think they've cropped it very.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
anyway,
it doesn't matter. You can still show watermarks that are not visible to human eye, but software can read them, or it can be like between the frames so that your eyes cannot see them, but you can you use some software to recognize it. So That is possible. But it's crazy where it's going.
Yeah.
So what does it mean for the society? Does it mean like can we trust video again? Like
We shouldn't already be trusting video. We already know that it's
we
like,
should,
I was
like we
thinking about
could
this.
in the past.
Yeah.
If you would see a video of me stealing something 10 years ago, if it was clearly me, you would pretty much, you'd be sure that it's me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the societal impact of this. I don't know. It goes back to me telling you the very first question you asked me about, yes, you're producing content, but if it's low quality, that damages your reputation.
Yeah.
This could, on the sideline, be slowly damaging the reputation of the internet. This idea that people are releasing video footage that, because before Sora, by the way, we're just using, Sora's just our launching pad to this discussion. But
yeah,
I saw a killer whale eat someone, and it was so clear AI because it was really bad. But the comment section did not see that it was AI and stuff like that. And I think the more and more people will learn what AI is, and that more and more stuff that gets created, it just people just will skip past it. They won't get the views that they're after. These are the people that are making it. Or the consumers would be like, do you know what? I just don't go on the internet anymore because I literally can't trust anything I see.
Yeah.
I watched a video today or something talking about headlines. It's to do with, it was No Ordinary Gamer? It's Penguins Zero, that guy. And he spoke about a headline that was released about a guy who held someone at gunpoint for killing his dog. So he ran over a guy ran over some other person's dog. The owner of the dog ran over, obviously took him at gunpoint, made him dig the dog a grave, and made him do this, that, and the other. The comment section, the headline obviously summarized this, as headlines always have done for centuries. Well, maybe not centuries, but you know what I mean, for hundreds of years. The comment section is like, yes, obviously America agreeing with taking someone at gunpoint. Yes, this is he deserved it. He killed a dog. This is disgusting. But actually, you go in to read the article, and you begin to realize, or you understand, that the guy who took the person at gunpoint, the owner of the dog, is actually just some psycho. Now, I don't know the specifics of all of that sort of stuff, but it's a kind of chicken and egg thing that was going through my mind, which was like, people learn that humans are just lazy, inherently lazy. And they've almost gamified, or they've almost kind of leveraging that by knowing that people don't read past the headline. And that's where they make their, snap decisions. And so marketers, or whoever you want to call them, they'll craft their headlines in such a way where they can shift narrative either intentionally or unintentionally. All that to be said is that we're just forever terrible at not doing our due diligence as much as we should. We'll see a video now. There'll be, in 20 years, there'll still be people who don't know. Let's say this video is the headline, who don't go beyond the headline. But there'll be a large portion of people who will be like, just got to make sure that's AI. Just got to make sure, like, that box moves weirdly on the screen there. That's definitely AI. So the damage is done, I think. And we'll just have lazy people who just believe everything that's put in front of them.
I don't know if they are lazy, but it's
lazy is
people who,
I don't mean lazy to be a bad word. I mean lazy to be lazy to be human nature. We are all inherently lazy. We are all electricity. But I don't necessarily, I don't mean to shun people who are lazy. I actually, in some ways admire them, that they don't go down rabbit holes. They just take things at face value and move on, whatever.
Anyway, I'm interested to also know, like, our audience, if you watch any AI generated video. I know I've asked this in the past, but now it's
You mean
more
actively look
relevant.
for it and actively want to, like, what
No,
do you
like,
mean?
okay, so to be more exact, you start watching a video and you notice it's AI generated.
Mm.
Will you continue watching or will you quit, like rage
That's more
quit
the
because
question.
it's,
That's more a question. Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
you rage
instantly
quit.
switch off? Yeah.
Yeah.
When you see that it's
To me,
AI
it's a rage
generated.
quit because you might have been interested in the thumbnail or in the hook and you like the idea of the story. But as it goes on, either
Mm.
because of some quality drop in the storytelling or a glitch in the video or anything that shows that this is an AI generated video, will you continue watching or rage quit?
Mm.
Because
See,
I rage quit.
I was thinking about this today. It actually frustrates me that you rage quit AI video
I
because
don't watch it, you know.
just because it's AI does not make it inherently bad.
I
I'm not
agree.
going to lie with you, probably will be, but
Yes,
it doesn't.
statistically, it will
You
be.
know, AI just doesn't categorically make something bad. It, so I was thinking about that today because, again, like, you know, we produce content on YouTube and this, that, and the other. I bet there's plenty of people who just dislike our content just because it's AI. And it's like, well, hang on, we talk about all sorts. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it frustrates me that, again, yeah, the rage
No,
quitting just because it's AI is
yeah,
quite
to me,
infuriating to me.
yeah, funny enough. No, to me, when I see it's AI, and if I don't know the creator, instantly
So
rage quit.
why
I
is that?
don't watch.
Teach me why. Why is that
It's
a
low
relevant
value,
response?
it's a very low value, produced thing that I
So is that
cannot
because
be
it's
sure,
AI though, or because you've seen that there's
cannot
there's
connect with it at all. So, for example, the video that Theo made with Sam Altman in it. I watched it. I watched it multiple times, just like you did. I think there is a relevancy there and a connection because I know the creator of that video, even though he did it with AI. I know the story, the context. It kind of like connects me with the idea of like watching that video. But if a video is mass produced by a prompt that somebody made and they don't even know that particular video exists, they just mass produced it and it's just like
Mhm.
mass stories. There are like really good videos on this on YouTube that you can watch how it is if you sign up for TikTok, for example, and start watching AI generated videos, how quickly the algorithm will show more of them. And you will see it's like a
Mm.
sea of these videos, and they are really, really low quality. Low quality in the sense that they won't teach you anything, they won't add any like real entertainment. They are kind of like brain rot, just so they take away 1 minute from you and they hook you in a way to take that 1 minute away. When I watch a video that I feel like, okay, it's AI generated, it doesn't give me the thing that I want and I want that human connection, I rage quit. I will not watch it. But if it's from a creator that I know, if it's, within the, like for example, with the Sora thing, these things that happen and people were making jokes about it and they were making like essentially memes and I knew what it is about, I'm a part of the whole story, then I will watch them. But I don't watch them because they are AI generated. I watch them because I'm following the bigger story.
Where does the line draw? Because what if I was to tell you, or what if you were to find out some of the people you watch are their craft and their script with AI?
So I think there are already like there are we have Cold Fusion. He used to not show his face. Now he shows his face because people are saying, "Are you AI?" He has such a deep, beautiful voice that sounds like AI, but it's not. I've been watching his videos for ages. I've been a subscriber like I don't know, like 6 years maybe. Um, so if he uses, to answer your question, if he uses AI to enhance his videos, I don't mind because that's the guy behind it, and I watch the video. If I notice a drop in the quality of the content, regardless of it's AI or not, even if it's a real human talking to a real camera, I still won't watch it. Right?
So then
It's about quality.
is AI the question then? Is AI really the question? Are
Yes,
you
it
just
is,
are you
because
just
it's statistically proven. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. Like, statistically, if you look at AI generated videos, especially like faceless and mass generated from accounts that you don't know, the chances are that the video is absolute trash. So I won't watch it. I won't spend the 1 minute watching it. I just skip it. I might, yeah, I might even tell the algorithm I'm not interested.
Mhm.
If the video is good, I might, watch the creator, if I to see if it's like a what
Even if
channel
it's
is
AI?
it? Yeah, if it's AI, I might check out. But I do this. When I like a video, today, I watched somebody on Instagram. I found like this person. She said she made like 100K from social media,
Mm-hmm.
and she broke it down to affiliate and videos and platforms, etc., etc. And I went on her page and I checked out other content, and I was like looking at some tech reviews she had. You see, like, this is how the connection works for me. With the AI thing, I just don't have that. It feels very random and out of place.
Mm. Well, I mean, interesting. It's interesting that you might stick around if it's good, even if it's mentioned,
Yes.
even if it's AI. But then on the other hand, you're saying you'll just quit if it's AI. So for me,
If
it
I
sounds
notice
like
it,
if it's bad quality,
yeah,
is more so
I
that.
said this. I said if it's bad quality, but if it's AI, it's almost guaranteed that it's bad quality. And I
Yeah.
said I would stay if it's good quality, that to be seen. So I would correct myself to say that to be seen, because I haven't. Or maybe I haven't noticed. I haven't seen a video where I notice that it's AI, but at the same time, I see that it's actually good quality. I haven't seen that.
Well, should we move on?
Yeah.
This is your one. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, how
So
embarrassing.
Pencil, this is apparently a tool that sits on top of Cursor, and it's like Figma inside of your cursor. You can prompt, you can write a prompt to make a design for you. You can change the design in a free form canvas, just like Figma. You can move things around, and then you can write a prompt to your cursor to develop what you've been designing. And I genuinely find this interesting because you have your designs there.
Mm,
It's not for every part of your product, but let's say you want to play with a few different versions of something. A canvas like Figma is amazing in that it can
mm.
show you like multiple versions, and you can play around with the designs manually. You can compare them in one view and then continue with developing one of them. And I really love this idea. I wish Webflow would also adopt something like this.
It's really interesting. So what I'm seeing is these are .pen files. So there you
Yes,
go. Oh no, pencil here. So these are .pen files,
yes,
and what this looks like to me is that ultimately, I'm just really digesting it right now. Ultimately, it's a plugin. Like
yes.
this pop up looks like it's inside of the pen. So it looks like it's a, for lack of a better word, a iframe into the pen tool, and you can
Yes,
see
it sounds
right.
like yes.
Yeah, and you can see over here, it's got very basic tooling.
It's based on an open source tool, by the way.
Oh, nice.
He mentioned it on Twitter. So that is also really cool. And we have like Figma competitors that are open source. So if you can
Mm,
take them and kind of like mix them with any IDE that you have,
mm.
I do like the idea.
So we'll get into who is this for, but like this makes me think now as I'm digesting it and I'm picking it apart. So a couple of weeks ago, we didn't really cover it, but a couple of weeks ago, Figma made their MCP server remote, which means that you used to have to run it locally on your machine, and then you can MCP from Cursor into the local instance of Figma. Now with the remote one, doesn't need to be local. Saying that, I wonder how long it will take Figma to build this tool. And
it's
that
probably easy, right?
because I think the chat is just hooking into an MCP up to the remote, and then this iframe is displaying. I mean, this is probably a huge oversimplification, but I don't think it'll be long before Figma's done something like this. However,
can you scroll the page? Yeah,
sure.
and see the features there. Yeah.
Design right way code, normal design hand, infinite canvas design. So as you probably come to expect from design tools. Multiplayer. So yeah, you've got people floating around doing stuff. I'm presuming you can use this in the browser though. Maybe you
Probably.
can't. Have you requested access, by the way?
No,
Oh,
but
get
I
on
will.
that. Get on that. I might as well do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it in a bit.
Also really new.
5 designing with precision. Yeah. Yeah, so I do wonder who's sitting in this world of I understand accessing the design, converting the design into dev, but I don't quite understand who wants an interface where they're designing very basic interfaces and then refining that interface with AI prompts.
Or you can start with a basic interface that is created by AI, and then you add your own touch of your design. You can, as you see, bring the designs from Figma. So, but you're right, Figma might just do this, and I see this clearly that a lot of companies are trying to own the whole vertical. We've seen this with Figma. They have everything from ideation that you do all the way to the design, and now Figma sites and whatever that is with their vibe coding that you can create an app. They want to own the whole vertical of creating for the web.
They just want to blur the line between all the different disciplines and say, look, we help you build this thing, a product,
yes,
a website.
and also yes, and also not have competitors. Like they don't want you to design inside of Figma and then move it over to Webflow. They want you to do everything inside of Figma. Framer does the same. They have like their design now, and with the development part.
Yeah,
and
I understand
you
that.
see, Lovable is doing the same.
Yeah, there will be areas that it makes sense, right? But I said it last week: interoperability, the choice to be able to well, you know what? Yes, it's good that Lovable have their own database now, but I actually really I already pay for Superbase. I like being able to do this. I like being able to integrate it with my N8N thing. I like to, you know what I mean? It goes back to, and I said this before the call, it goes back to trying to be a designer and a developer. It's trying to sit in the middle. You're going to water down those experiences because it takes a lifetime or many, many years to really become a good designer. It takes many, many years to become a developer, to solely commit to those things. And then once you've done that, those industries are moving so fast anyway that the moment you stop developing, the moment you become a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Saying that, tools are the same. You try and build everything into one tool. It starts to not become the best at the, let's say as a design tool. Figma will always be such an incredible design tool because they're laser focused on that. Well, they used to be. They've spent a lifetime refining Figma as a design tool, and only now they're sort of branching out into other tools. But the core foundation is looking at the design tool of this. Oh shit, I've just removed it. Looking at the design tool of this, as I said, it's a very basic design tool. So what designers are going to sacrifice auto layout, effects and things? Do you know what I mean? Our design is going to sacrifice a dedicated design tool for that. So yes, these companies are going to capture a large portion of the audience because it is all in one, and some people like that, and I get a certain satisfaction of things being, maybe it's an OCD thing, I get a certain satisfaction there. But I wonder if they are also simultaneously risking diluting a core product, because then they're all just offering everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. But I'm not happy with the current state of things either, because it's scattered. Like, I'm working with my designer inside of Figma, and then with the rest of my team inside of Webflow. We quite literally have like Discord, Figma, and Webflow open, and we try to coordinate things. We do this all the time, all the time. And it's not, the worst, but hey, we could have something like this, what I see on the screen, where we are doing the same thing. We have still different roles. I'm the one who make the decision or like coordinates the entire thing. The designer does, the design, the developer does the development, but we are in the same place and we are talking about the same thing, and changing something is not as big of, changing it in Figma and then changing it in Webflow, but maybe even if it's still changing it in two places, in this case, it is changing it in two places, but it's still kind of closer in a tool. And a lot of this, I guess, it can be automated. It can get much easier. I see also like some time lost in translation and coordination. Like you see the files as they get big and you have like many projects. People start asking, what is that thing that I'm going to work on it? Where is it? Having everything in one place, that I agree that might not be good for everything, but it probably will be good for some things.
For sure. If you can, more power to you. If you can find, if that's enough for you and that solves your problems, then absolutely. Like I say, this is going to be the perfect product for some people. Just as long as you're not diluting the quality for convenience, because it's like I said earlier, you might be taking from one area and then losing it from another area. So it's like, you might have that convenience, but the output is just not quite there. So it'd be an interesting experiment to try and see if it does work for your people and whatever. And it goes back to Framer, and their infinite design canvas, and the fact that all of their tools, all of the design tools that they provide, will work on a website, because it is watered down by design. Well, maybe not by design, but long story short is this might be the perfect tool for you. And absolutely, if you can make this work, goes back to me downgrading to GLM 4.5 or 4.6, sorry. Like, downgrading, simplifying might actually work for me. You don't always need the best for everything, so consolidation is it's worth experimenting with.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. We are at the end of the topics.
We are.
Here. Yeah.
We are. I was thinking we need to write an outro. Just like we write the intro, we need to write an outro covering things such as like, subscribe. Let us know what you found particularly interesting, or let us know what you want us to cover next in next week's Command AI.
Yeah, if you have specific questions, just ask them.
These will be released as shorts as well. So, let us know any thoughts or feelings on the shorts as well.
Yeah.
But we can, right, you have a meeting. I've just seen a message. So I stop yattering. I was just being intentionally slow.
I have a meeting with a lead, and
cool.
So,
cool.
I have to prepare for that.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you liked and what you disliked about the show. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Thank you for hanging around, and peace out.
Keep on vibing.